Parrot. There's one parrot that made 2 people do tshuva already in Israel. One parrot that made 2 people do tshuva. So I'll tell you the story of the parrot. So parrot belonged to a ish tzadik. Parrot belonged to ish tzadik in Israel. And when Shabbat would come in, he would say Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. So one day somebody stole the parrot. Somebody stole the parrot. But on Monday or Sunday, he came back to the Rav and brought back the parrot. And the Rabbi says, "Oh, my parrot, huh? Oh, you found him?" He goes, "No, for the Rav, I actually want to tell you, I stole the parrot. But after I stole the parrot, I had him in my house. And Shabbat came in and he kept saying, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. And I kept thinking to myself, I'm like, this parrot knows that it's Shabbat, but I'm smoking a cigarette. And I realized how terrible I am. And I decided I'm going to keep the rest of Shabbat. And now I'm starting to do tshuva. I realize, how could I start my tshuva? By being a thief. So I have to return the parrot. So he told this story to people, and a lot of people met the parrot. It's a real story. And later on, they called the Rav, and it said, for the Rav, wow, you still have this parrot? He goes, no, you're never going to believe it. The same thing happened again. Another guy stole the parrot, came back a week later doing tshuva. Chatanu avinu pashanu. He started keeping Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. So the parrot helped him do tshuva. Those people had schut. So the parrot made them do tshuva. Sometimes I make him do tshuva. Sometimes the parrot makes him do tshuva. Who knows? Parashat Balak, Hashem says, he opened the mouth of the aton, of the donkey, Bilam's donkey. And the donkey gave Musar to Bilam. He gave him the truth. Bilam didn't like it. Like our generation sometimes doesn't like it. Lavdi. So the point is, Rabotai, is sometimes Hashem is going to send you the truth over and over and over away in different unusual ways. And the Rambam HaKadosh says, eventually Hashem's patience ends. And he decides, you will not you guys, the Rashaim, will not do tshuva. He decides that person will not do tshuva. Meaning, no matter what, that person will never have the inclination to do tshuva. He decides, I don't want your tshuva anymore. This is rare, but it happens. Certain people, Hashem says, I don't want your tshuva. Sometimes He doesn't want your tshuva this year. Sometimes He doesn't want your tshuva next year or this week. Sometimes He decides, I don't want His tshuva, period. This is, the Rambam says, is the worst punishment on this world. Worse than tzara, worse than losing everything you have, becoming homeless, worse than anything. Why? Hashem decides, you're finished. That's the worst. These are people you have to feel bad for. Any more questions? Chazakim u'bruchim. Let's say thank you Hashem for more Torah. 1, 2, 3. Baruch Hashem. 1, 2, 3. BHKIDS.